Hello everyone and welcome to English 102 Online. I'm really excited to get started with you guys this week, and I just wanted to give you a brief tour of the course. Some of you may be new to online learning and you might not know what you're supposed to be doing, so I'm going to give you a little tour here. This is our course homepage. You can get to this homepage by going to ccp.instructure.com and logging in. From there, if you click on courses, you can click on our course here, English 102, the research paper, spring 2017. From there, you'll come to this homepage. On the homepage, I have some general information for you, as well as my contact information. This is my office number, and likely I will only answer this during my office hours. And if you want to get in contact with me very quickly, go ahead and send me an email. But you are also welcome to leave me a message if I'm not in my office, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, I want you to notice a couple things about the screen. The first thing is you have this menu over here, which is a good place to start. You also have this to-do list over here. So it tells you the things that you need to do, as well as upcoming things that will be happening. This week, these are the same. So what happens sometimes is people click here to go right to the assignment, which is a nice shortcut, but then they miss all this other stuff in the course. So I'm going to show you what you need to be doing. The first thing you want to do is go to Syllabus and take a look at the course, what we're going to be doing, what I'm expecting of you, the grading, all of this. You can read all of it here. Here are the books. Here are my office hours. Here's all my contact information. As you go down, you'll learn more about what I expect of you this semester. You can also click here on the underlined text here to download a copy of the syllabus. Some people like to print these or have a hard copy. You can print for free on campus. The next important tab is modules. When you click there, you come to basically the heart of the course. So here's where I will post everything I want you to do. You'll notice that this says week 1, and there's sort of a theme for the week. And then there's one more module here, which is library research. We actually have our very own librarian who is dedicated to helping you guys with your research this semester. We won't need him immediately, but after midterms, after spring break, I'm going to ask you guys to really rely on him and ask him questions, and you can do so through his module. Feel free to take a look, and if you do have any library questions, feel free to ask them now. So this is week 1. As we go through the semester, I will unlock subsequent weeks. So next week you'll see week 2, and you'll be able to start that work. I'll open it up next weekend. So every week has a pattern to it. You'll see an overview, a thought of the week, reading assignments, content pages, a discussion, and then also some kind of assignments, quizzes, other things will pop up from week to week. So let me just show you what this is all about. So first is the overview. This gives you some information about what's happening this week. What are we going to be doing? And then it has objectives. So things you sort of want to check off your list, and goals for learning as we go through the week. Now to get to the next page, you have two options. You can click here on next. You can also go back to modules and click on whatever page you want. So the next page is the thought of the week. Every week I give you something to focus on, to think about, to motivate you. And if you're ever feeling overwhelmed or a little bit lost with the work, come back to this thought of the week and center yourself in it. This next page gives you the weekly reading assignments. So you'll have some reading to do from both of your textbooks this week. And it looks like a lot, but actually a lot of the pages, it's just a few pages here and there. Know that the beginning of this course is full of a lot of reading, and that's just the way the course works. Later in the semester, you'll be doing more writing, so it will balance itself out, but we have to first learn the skills and learn the content so then we can do the writing later on. So just trust me, and all this hard work will pay off. The other thing I want you to know is that online learning depends a great deal on reading. much of the learning that happens is coming from you reading the textbook, and I'm quizzing you on certain things in the textbook, and I'm asking you to apply them to your writing. So make sure that if you do have any questions about the reading, that you ask me, and that we talk about it, and that you take really good notes. Okay. The next page in this week is just a content page that I've created for you about plagiarism. You'll notice that I do have some links that you can click on, as well as a video about how to avoid plagiarism that sort of breaks it down. So anytime you see something underlined, you can click on it and go to a website or a file. This is the first assignment for the week. It's our discussions forum. I have an example here for you to look at. Every week you'll do a discussion. I'll have questions for you to answer, and then you'll respond to at least 2 of your peers, hopefully more. And I have guidelines here, so you want to make sure you read these each week. They're always the same, but just reading them and making sure you have everything will make sure that you get the most points possible every week. So it's 140 points throughout the whole semester for discussions, and if you can do really well on these, you can really boost your grade. I'm also looking at your mechanics, your grammar, your punctuation, so make sure you are editing, capitalizing those I's, spelling out all your words, like U is Y-O-U. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you are editing your stuff. To type your reply, you just click here, and then you type your answer to the questions. To respond to a peer or to respond to me, you click the reply that's below my post. Okay, so you can just click there, and then you can type right into this box. When you're ready, you click post reply. All right, next page is an assignment for this week. I want to see how you write. I want to see what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are. I want to know where we're starting from and where we're going. So do your absolute best to write me an awesome essay this week. If you do it and you complete it and you follow my instructions, I'm going to give you 25 points. So do it well, turn it in by Sunday. If you have any questions, let me know. The last page in this week's module is actually just a PDF of the article for the diagnostic essay. In case your book has not come in yet, you'll still be able to do the assignment here, but if you haven't gotten your books, make sure you do that as soon as possible. Okay, so that's all for now. Have a great week and keep in touch with me, and I look forward to getting to know you more online. Have a good week.